Panini Flawless WNBA Platinum Caitlin Clark rookie card
has just set the record for the highest selling WNBA card in history, selling for $660,000.
If Caitlin Clark plays, it will set records. Even if she doesn't, it will break records.
Social media is just like such a false perception of reality. And even for myself, there would be so many people that would kill to be in my shoes.
Caitlin Clark just did it again.
Caitlin Clark hype is real. The effect is real.
This is proving is that she has risen the entire league.
The incredible power, appeal of this 23-year-old woman who is changing the face of sports.
What's your worth? What somebody's willing to pay. Caitlin Clark breaking records on the court, breaking records off the court.
Even from the sidelines, she's making headlines. And this time, she broke her own record.
Clark nearly doubled the previous record for the most expensive card in history that was sold for $366,000. The hype is no longer just noise. It's real, measurable, and growing.
The entire sports world is watching, and the buzz is bigger than ever. If you're riding with Team Caitlin, drop a CC22 in the comments right now. Let's break down how she's changing the game once more.
Caitlin Clark, she's going to play for 10 years. You got 10 years of price. This is the worst she's ever going to be. So I think they have all the leverage, or most of the leverage.
Clark has firmly established herself as the biggest name in the WNBA.
I mean, it sucks, right? We're here in Indianapolis, and you want to be able to be well represented with all the players that got selected. But the great thing for Caitlin is I guarantee she will be back, and she'll come back bigger and stronger. So it's great to be able to see Indy represent, and even more importantly, bringing the best player here to Indianapolis for our fans to see. Those that don't necessarily always get a chance to see every other team, they get to see the best players in the world right here in Indianapolis.
When we say Caitlin Clark is making history, we're not exaggerating. We're talking about numbers the WNBA has never seen.
Caitlin Clark breaking records on the court, breaking records off the court, record smashed.
She just broke her own record for the most expensive WNBA trading card ever sold. Her flawless logo man, one-of-one rookie card, just went for an incredible $660,000 through Fanatics Collect. That doesn't just beat her old record of $366,000, it nearly doubles it.
Panini Flawless WNBA Platinum Caitlin Clark rookie card with an autograph. Caitlin Clark, 769 points and counting. That is a one-of-one, it looks like. Sold for, you see that right, $660,000.
Caitlin Clark's flawless logo woman one-of-one autograph has just set the record for the highest selling WNBA card in history, selling for $660,000 at Fanatics Collect. This cruise past the previous record, also held by Clark, of $366,000.
Let that sink in. From $366,000 to $660,000. That kind of leap isn't just rare, it's unheard of. And it sends one message loud and clear.
We obliterated from $366,000 to $660,000.
Caitlin Clark is in a league of her own. But this isn't just about one card. Caitlin has ignited a collectibles boom. Before she came to the WNBA, women's basketball cards were barely on the radar. Now her presence is lifting the whole market.
As Caitlin Clark's prices raise, everybody else's prices are raising as well. The Asia cards are growing. The Sabrina cards are growing. The Angel Reese cards are increasing in price. Caitlin Clark has started a new market in the card collectible space.
Collectors are diving in, not just for Clark, but for stars like Aja Wilson, Angel Reese, and Sabrina Ionescu. She's not just raising her own profile, she's elevating the entire league.
Talk about a pioneer. As indicated in the past, talk about a pioneer, folks. Did anybody ever care about WNBA basketball cards until Caitlin Clark? And all these collectors were like, I'm diving headfirst into the Caitlin Clark collectible market.
That $660,000 sale, it's not just a collector's item. It's a statement, a sign that Caitlin Clark is one of the most valuable names in all of sports.
What's your worth? What somebody's willing to pay. So how much is that card worth? Somebody was willing to pay $660,000. That's how much that card's worth.
The hype isn't just social media chatter. It's backed by real money, real demand, and real belief in her future. And the wildest part? She wasn't even playing. Clark was out with a groin injury, missing her third straight game. But while the Fever battled the Aces, Caitlin still stole the spotlight. Not for a triple-double or a logo 3, but for setting yet another historic milestone. Collectors believe that $660,000 could soon look like a bargain. Some say it'll climb to $750,000 or even hit 7 figures in the next few years. That's how much confidence there is in her future. This isn't just hype. It's a full-on movement.
I think the record in women's sports is something by Serena Williams.
And Caitlin Clark is the driving force. She's not just making headlines. She's making history and turning it into gold. Caitlin Clark is doing what few athletes in any sport have ever done. She's changing the business of the game, not just the score. Her record-breaking card sale is just one example. Because what Caitlin brings goes way beyond stats. She's reshaping the money, the attention, and the entire future of the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark hype is real. The effect is real. And by the looks of things, by ratings, collectibles, cards, it is not going away anytime soon.
And she's doing it while sitting out with an injury. Let's look at the All-Star Game. This year's WNBA All-Star Game pulled in 2.2 million viewers, a massive number by league standards.
Collectors are more than willing to shell out these types of sums. Might be worth $750,000 tomorrow. Worth $750,000 tomorrow might be worth over $1 million in 2 years.
And here's the twist. Caitlin didn't even play. She was injured on the bench. Still, the game became the second most watched WNBA All-Star Game ever.
Clark, still nursing a re-aggravated groin injury, which previously cost her 5 games on the sideline in June and July, is now looking like she's going to miss an equal amount of time, if not longer, after the Fever announced on Thursday that she still has no timetable for return.
Only behind last year's, which also featured her. Let that settle in. She didn't touch the court, but she still drove the ratings. That's not normal. That's impact. It proves Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a movement.
So it got 2.2 million viewers. Even without Caitlin Clark, it was the second highest rated WNBA All-Star Game ever.
Like Tiger Woods in golf, she's lifting the entire league. Teammates, rivals, coaches, brands, TV networks, and investors all rise with her. And yes, there are numbers to back it up.
Because of her popularity, even if she doesn't, it will break record. Tiger made the most money, but he raised the purses in all tournaments.
Since Caitlin entered the WNBA, team values have soared. The Indiana Fever's valuation jumped 273%. Around the league, average valuations are up 168%.
League valuations for all these investors have increased in 1 year 168%. That's not the Fever. The Fever with Caitlin's evaluation has got up 273%.
With some franchises more than doubling their worth. That's not just about tickets. It's broadcast deals, brand partnerships, merch, and market confidence. All of it is going up because Caitlin showed up. WNBA games are now airing in primetime. Nike, Gatorade, and other major brands are pouring in money. Before Caitlin, the Fever could barely bring in 4,000 fans. Now, when she plays, they average 17,000 per game, more than quadruple their previous numbers. And fans aren't just showing up. They're tied to her.
Before Caitlin Clark showed up to the Indiana Fever, they were drawing roughly 4,000 fans, 17,000 fans showing up to Indiana Fever games when Caitlin Clark is playing.
One fan poll asked if Fever supporters would still watch if Caitlin left. The answer? 77% said no.
Caitlin leaves Fever. Would you still support the Fever? We got 1,145 votes here. Nope, my bags are packed is far and away leading the way with 76.9%, 77%, in other words.
3 out of 4 fans would walk away if she wasn't there. That's once in a generation poll. LeBron has it. Serena had it. Tiger had it. Now Caitlin Clark has it. Even during All-Star Weekend, With her sidelined, Nike covered an entire skyscraper in Indianapolis with her image. Not a billboard, an entire building. That's the kind of exposure brands save for legends, and it's well earned. Because she's not just a rookie anymore. She's the centerpiece of a movement.
Caitlin Clark, she's going to play for 10 years. You got 10 years of price. This is the worst she's ever going to be. So I think they have all the leverage, or most of the leverage.
And the timing couldn't be bigger. The WNBA is working on its next media rights deal, and Caitlin gives them something they've never had: leverage. With her in the league, this isn't just about games. It's about business.
Now we have 2 back-to-back all-star ratings. Sets a record, and even if gone.
Investors are listening, networks are watching, sponsors are ready, and that's why talk of revenue sharing is changing fast.
If you're an investor, the contract's up, you're negotiating, and your investment's gone up 100% in the last year minimum. Average is 168%. You're selling it?
For years, WNBA players got just 9% of league revenue. Now with Caitlin on the court, or even on the bench, players could push for 25%, 30%, or more. Not because a committee asked nicely, because Caitlin Clark made the league too valuable to ignore. And here's what's wild. This is just the beginning. She's still in her first season, still adjusting, still growing, still recovering. And yet the ripple effect of her presence is already reshaping women's sports. The WNBA isn't just having a moment, it's becoming a movement, a trending topic, a business with a future. And Caitlin Clark is the one who flipped the switch. When she plays, numbers explode. When she sits, ratings still climb. When she's injured, she still sells out. When she's silent, she still breaks records.
WNBA All-Star Game without Caitlin Clark. She was injured.
That's not hype. That's not coincidence. That's power. If you ever question Caitlin Clark's influence, this is your final wake-up call. Because she's not just the star of a team. She's the force holding the entire WNBA's momentum together. And here's the wild part.
This is another example of Caitlin Clark's, power, the draw.
She's doing it all while injured. Caitlin hasn't suited up in several games due to a re-aggravated groin injury, but her absence has been just as loud and just as powerful as her presence. Let's look at the facts. Most rookies fade into the background when they're not playing, but Caitlin, her spotlight intensifies. When the Indiana Fever faced the Las Vegas Aces, a huge matchup with Aja Wilson on the other side, all eyes were still on Clark.
At the Indiana Fever, average home attendance last year, first year of Caitlin Clark, was higher than the average home attendance of 5 NBA teams.
Not the score, not the rotations. The headlines were about her injury, her return, her presence. Because when Caitlin's involved, even from the sidelines, that's the story. And then she made history again. While rehabbing, her flawless Logo Man rookie card sold for $660,000, breaking her own record for the highest-selling WNBA card ever.
This is after the flawless Logo Woman 1/1 was purchased via Fanatics Collect for a mind-blowing $660,000.
That wasn't just a sale, it was a statement. Caitlin Clark doesn't need to be on the court to be the most valuable name in basketball. She is the WNBA's economy, spotlight, and future, all wrapped into one. We've reached a point where her injury reports get more attention than playoff games. Her name trends even when she's not in uniform. Broadcasters open with Clark updates.
They are Caitlin Clark's biggest fans, and they are the reason that these TV ratings are through the roof.
This kind of cultural grip, it's rare. Only legends have it. LeBron, Serena, Brady, and now Caitlin. And this presents a challenge the Fever don't seem ready for. When 77% of fans say they'd stop supporting the team if Caitlin left, that's not a minor concern. That's a crisis. The Fever used to average around 4,000 fans per game. With Clark, 17,000. Take her out of the picture, and it all collapses. That's not speculation. That's math. Let's talk real fallout. If Caitlin requested a trade tomorrow, that's 13,000 fans gone. That's millions in lost ticket revenue.
13,090 would head right out the door out of 17,000 fans in attendance. That leaves you, guess what? 3,910 fans that would actually hang around.
Merchandise, sponsorships, all gone overnight. This is why fans and analysts alike are sounding the alarm. If Indiana can't build around her, they don't deserve her. She's not just a talented player. She's the most valuable athlete in women's sports right now.
The incredible power, appeal of this 23-year-old woman who is changing the face of sports, not just women's sports, but the way men.
Yet the Fever's approach has been baffling. From limiting her touches to running sets where she's forced to stand in the corner, it's clear the team still hasn't adjusted to the kind of talent they have. As one fan said, she's not someone you fit into a system. She is the system. And yet, over and over, they ask her to defer, to play off ball, to take a back seat. That's not how you build greatness. That's how you waste it. And despite all of this, the injury, the poor decisions, the pressure, Caitlin has handled it all with class. In a recent interview, she calmly shut down false rumors about skipping the three-point contest. Everyone shoots off a rack. That's just how it works, she said with a smile.
When Caitlin Clark is injured, the first time she was injured this year, Rich, she would miss 5 games. During those 5 games when she disappeared, more than half of the viewership of the WNBA, not just the Fever, but the WNBA, more than half of the viewership also disappeared.
No complaints, no drama, just straight up leadership. And let's not forget, she's still a rookie. This is the least experienced she'll ever be, and she's already the league's most powerful figure. Every play, every press conference, every tweet, the spotlight is constant. But Caitlin keeps showing up with grace, fire, and unmatched work ethic. She still signs autographs. She still lifts up her team. She still makes fans believe the WNBA is on the edge of something huge because of her. And she hasn't lost touch with what really matters. In one heartfelt moment, Caitlin spoke about what fuels her: the fans, the kids in the stands, the energy in the building, the moments that make it all feel worth it.
The WNBA needs this woman to be there, to be playing well, and that spotlight that shines on her, Rich.
Behind the stats and stories, there's still a young woman who loves this game and never takes it for granted. Caitlin Clark isn't just here to score. She's here to change everything. She's rewriting the story of women's basketball. She's giving young girls a superstar to believe in. Even from the bench, even while hurting, Caitlin Clark is the most powerful force in the WNBA. She's not just breaking records. She's breaking expectations. She's breaking ceilings. And she's just getting started.
Clark has firmly established herself as the biggest name in the WNBA, and as proven by this latest record-breaking purchase, fans and collectors alike are adamant that her stock will continue to rise in the coming years. Clark nearly doubled the previous record for the most expensive card in history. It was also the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year, who held the previous mark with her 2024 Panini Prism Signatures Gold Final Prism that was sold for $366,000.
When you're in a position of, people are going to love you, people aren't going to like you. But I think when I show up to arenas, those are the moments that really remind me of how many people are really there supporting you and loving you.
ChatGPT said, Caitlin Clark isn't just rewriting the record books. She's redefining what's possible. Whether she's dropping dimes or sitting in sweats, she commands the spotlight, reshapes the narrative, and raises the bar. She's not just a rookie, she's a revolution, a force rewriting the blueprint for what women's basketball can be. And if this is only the beginning, then we're witnessing the rise of something truly historic. If you believe Caitlin Clark is the future of basketball, drop a CC22 in the comments and hit that subscribe button, because history isn't being told anymore. It's being written.